We're into the last week before the Amsterdam Marathon. This is on Monday, so we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I fly out to Amsterdam in 4 days' time, and that means it's 6 days until the actual marathon. I haven't been posting very much for about the last 6 weeks. In fact, I did the Great North Run 5 weeks ago, and I haven't posted the video for that yet. In fact, excuse me, I haven't even looked at my footage for the Great North yet. But I'll try and do something about that in the next couple of days. The truth is that we've had a bit of a, not a family crisis, but my wife's mother has been pretty ill for about the last 5 months, and the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, that kind of got up to a point where really I had to more or less stop running because of all the stuff that we had to do to take care of her and get her organised. So without going into all that, which is really irrelevant to everybody apart from myself, I think over the last 6 weeks, I did the Great North Run 5 weeks ago. And apart from that, it's been basically just 2 runs a week. I have my beginners group who have a 5k run every Wednesday night, just to keep them ticking over, and I've been doing that, of course, and I've been doing park run every Saturday morning, and as well as park run, I've been doing a little bit extra to try and not let myself regress too far. I've also done another 2, I think, longer runs, around about 24-25k, but it must be 3 weeks since I even did one of those. So I'm not sure how Amsterdam is going to go. It's kind of put me in the same position as I was last year. When I went to Amsterdam last year, if you look back the videos to then, it was my first marathon, and I had started my training in April and got through to July, and then I started having big problems with my feet, and that lasted until about 6 weeks before the marathon, so the 6 weeks seems to have recurred. So I lost all my training from the beginning of July up until 6 weeks before, so that was July, August, and kind of half of September, no, the beginning part of September, where this time I was getting on really well using the Bupa intermediate training program, that structured approach that really turned my running around totally. That's been absolutely fantastic, but then it came a point where I just had to stop and pay more attention to my mother-in-law and her needs. So instead of starting, my kind of final preparation 6 weeks before the marathon, that's when my preparation really stopped. So up to that point, I had been doing around about the 25k, and that really was no problem. 6 weeks later on, do I still think I could do 25k non-stop? I'm not really sure, but last year I expected, I would hope to do a half marathon distance, get halfway through the marathon, then I would jog walk the second half, expecting really to walk about, realistically, the last 10 miles. So right now I think I'm better than that. I think I know that I can do the half marathon distance. There's no question in my mind. I actually found last year that in the atmosphere of the actual marathon, I managed to keep going for an extra 5k, and kept running to the 27k mark, which meant I had 15k to go, which is less than 10 miles to the end. So there's no reason, I think, that I should be any worse this year. So that's the way I'm going. I'm going to just go over and accept that I'm not going to make my 4 hour or 4 hour 10 target time. If I come in under the 5 hours, then I'll be quite happy. You know, this time last year I had just been able to come in inside the cut-off of 6 hours. I would have been happy. Then I modified that after preparing a plan for the marathon to 5.5 hours. I came in, I think it was 5 hours 18, which, you know, nothing to write home about, but given that, you know, I'd had so little preparation time and was still carrying part of the injury, then yeah, that was okay. So mentally I'm kind of looking at that 5 hour mark and seeing whether maybe we can come in under the 5 hours. If it's 5:10, I don't care, as long as I'm faster than I was last year, then I'll be quite happy. So there we are. It's disappointing, yes, but you know, I've been speaking to a few other people, and you know, essentially what they're saying is, you know, anybody that expects to go through several months of training for a marathon and expecting to get through it without having problems isn't living in the real world. And I suppose to an extent that's true, particularly when you're older. You know, you've got to expect niggles. So we'll go and we'll treat it more or less as a training run. That's one thing that I've learned, is you know, not to go with any definite expectations, because it's just putting yourself under you know, undue pressure. So we'll go, we'll just see how it goes, and however it turns out, it'll be fine. I said that I'm going out on Friday. That was a lesson learned from last year. Last year we took the early morning flight from Edinburgh to Amsterdam, which meant getting up about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get to bed until about 1 o'clock the following morning. So we'd been up for 21 hours, got I think about 5 hours sleep, and then it was up to go and run the marathon, and that was just a killer. So in my feedback saying, well, what were the big lessons that I learned, that I think was number one, was don't try and go out the day before the marathon, go out the previous day. That's what we are doing. We're going on the Friday, around about lunchtime. We'll get there middle of the afternoon, have a relaxing evening, wandering about the city. Then we've got all day Saturday to go out to the sports hall where registration is, and see the exhibition and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be very much more relaxed than we were last year. Looking forward to it. So we'll give you a final update probably on Thursday, just before I go. Between now and then, my plan is to try and do at least 10Ks every day. I was tempted to go and try and do a full half marathon just to give myself reassurance that I can do it, but I think that would be a mistake, because I don't think I would be fully recovered from that by the weekend, and I think that would work against myself. So the plan is do 10K at least, maybe 10-12K each day. I've done today's one, it was about 11K. I'm doing about 10-11 again tomorrow with a colleague. I'll do the same Wednesday and Thursday, and I think that should hopefully get myself back into gear. It'll get my muscle memory going, saying, oh yeah, I remember this running stuff, and we should be fine. Good. So final update on Thursday, and we'll get that posted before I actually head off to Amsterdam. Okay, so hope that's been interesting, and see you soon.
If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to make sure you get notifications of all new content.